Good morning or good afternoon, everyone. How are you all? Let me know who's here. I see a couple of you have joined me, so that's good. So let me know who's here, how you're doing, what you're up to today. Are you doing Christmas stuff? Don't be shy. I was a bit late putting out my notification for my live today. To be honest, I was kind of undecided. Should I do Christmas stuff? Should I do something different? Something from the new catalogue? I couldn't quite decide, so that's why I was kind of late, scheduling my Facebook Live today and putting out what I was doing. But I think you're going to like what I have to show you today. So, and as you can see, I've got some sneak peeks from the new catalogue. Hello, Linda, from Southern California. Whereabouts in Southern California, Linda? I've got family in Ventura County. My sister-in-law and brother-in-law live there. So who else is here? Don't be shy. Let me know. How are you getting on with your Christmas plans? I'm a bit behind on my cards. I got them all made, and I just mailed. I do it in batches, so I've just mailed all my overseas cards because I have my family in England, I have family in Australia, and friends in Germany. So I've just got all those in the mail. So I hope they will get there in time. I think they will. Usually, I think about a week is good. So hopefully, and then today I'm going to work on the next batch, which is all my kind of out-of-state cards, and then I'll do my local ones last. So anyway, everyone's being really quiet. Only Linda's said hi so far. But anyway, so I will go ahead and get started so I don't keep you hanging out unnecessarily. So welcome everyone. So glad you joined me today. If you're watching the replay, thank you for watching. So I promised I would show you some sneak peeks from the new catalogue. So I'm going to do that. And then I have a brand new kit to show you, which is really beautiful. I actually made up the cards first thing this morning, so I could show you what they look like made up. And then I have some fun Christmas stuff to show you too. So I have kind of a little bit for everything. Rancho Cucamonga, Linda says. Oh yeah, away from Ventura County. Anyway, so I have a little bit for everybody today. I have some new catalogs, some kits, and some Christmas stuff. But the big news is that tomorrow, the 14th, Stampin' Up! Is offering free shipping all day on $75 and over orders. So be sure to look through the online and through the catalog. So online is the best place to go right now to look, because you'll be able to see what products are retiring from the mini catalog, and what is on sale. There's some reductions on some of the items. There's still lots of stuff on the clearance rack. So this is a really good time to do your shopping. Now, Stampin' Up! Doesn't guarantee that it'll be here by Christmas, but I think there's a pretty good chance, because right now they're really on top of their shipping. They're shipping pretty much on time, within like 2 or 3 days of 2 or 3 days of placing the order. So there's a pretty good chance, I would say, that if you place your order like early, like either tonight, you can, if you're on the, well, it depends where you are. I'm on the West Coast, so I'm lucky I get to shop for like 11 p.m. I can stay up late tonight, 11, and put an order in if I want. But if you get your order in, I would say early, first thing in the morning, I think there's a pretty good chance that you'll still get your order by Christmas. And if you place a $50 or more order and use my host code up the top there, the December, right there, I will send you a package of these iridescent rhinestone basic jewels. These are great because they come in 3 different sizes, And you get loads of them. Look, you get 200. And the nice thing is, although they look a little bit kind of pinkish on the screen, they actually kind of take on the color of whatever else you use on the card. So they're perfect. I thought this would be good. People could still use them on their Christmas cards, or you could use them on anything, you know, in the new year. So they're really beautiful. So everyone placing a $50 order or more with me using my host code will get a package of these as my free gift this month. So anyway, let's look at some stuff from the new catalog. So we have a brand new catalog, which will start January 4th. I can't show you inside yet. We're not allowed to do that, but I can show you the cover, and I can show you that we also have a celebration brochure. So what this means is that for every $50 you spend, you get to choose a free gift, and some of them are amazing this year. I'm going to show you a couple of things. But so we love celebration time. It's also a great time, so either tomorrow or during celebration, to pick up a Paper Pumpkin prepaid subscription. If you do it tomorrow, you won't have to pay shipping. And if you do it during January or February, then you'll get a free gift. Depending on what level of paid subscription you'll be able to choose one or more free gifts. But I will be talking obviously more about that in the weeks to come. But let me show you some items. These are all items from a brand new suite in the catalogue called Forever Love. Let me just look at the comments here because I've got a couple more. Hi Denise and Deb's Inspiration. She says, I'm a demonstrator in Orange County, Mission Viejo. Nice. So we have a couple from the down south today. Well, welcome. So anyway, this suite is from this. I don't have the stamp set because I'm kind of still on the fence on that, but all the other things in the suite are just gorgeous. So I wanted to show you. So let's show you the paper first. I turned it over because I wanted to do a big reveal. But this is a specialty designer paper, and it's just gorgeous. It's got gold foil on it, and so let me show you the pieces quickly. This is Moody Mauve, I think. So beautiful flowers, and then my favorite, one of my favorite colors. One of my team, Diane and I, we're in love with Pretty Peacock, and we're so excited that it came back because you know it was an in color a couple of years ago, and they brought it back as a permanent color. So that's really cool. So this is another one, and this is what the back side looks like, and this is petal pink. So it's gold foil on one side and then not foiled on the other, but so pretty. And then this one. So look how pretty this would be for like a border on a card. And then this is the back side of that one. So again, that Moody Mauve. And then this one is kind of like the first, I think it's very similar to the first piece that I showed you, but it's Pretty Peacock instead of Moody Mauve. And it has this one on the back. And I think this might be the last one. Or it might be two more. So predominantly Pretty Peacock with some Moody Mauve. This is really beautiful, and it's got little roses in each kind of intersection. And this petal pink on the back. Oh, and one more. And another kind of large floral. That's upside down. Isn't that beautiful? Stunning. So I love this kind of paper because you really, if you don't want to, you don't actually have to do too much else on a card. The paper kind of is the star of the show, and then you can just add a sentiment and some ribbon or twine and some embellishments, and you're kind of good to go. So that's the paper. Remember, this suite is called Forever Love. The paper is called Forever Lovely. Let's see, where am I going to put this? I'll put this behind me. And also in the suite, there are these envelopes, and I've never seen any like this before that Stampin' Up! Has done. These are called gold foiled flowers, cards and envelopes, and you get 10 cards and 10 envelopes. And let me show you how pretty these are. So this is the envelope flap, and it's got this lovely lacy, isn't that pretty? And then these are the cards, and they've got that similar design on to the designer series paper. And you know what, us Stampin' Up! Demonstrators, I'm already looking at this thinking, I could do a 2-for-1 here. What a lot of us do on these cards where the back is really beautiful, we cut them in half, trim them just a little bit, and then we put it on. So you could take a Pretty Peacock card base and put it on and on them, and then you kind of have 2 for 1. You'd only have obviously envelopes for 10 cards still, but you could use a regular envelope for the second card. So these are really pretty. That's part of this week too. And then there are 2 other items. There's this beautiful ribbon, which I'm excited to try. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. I seem like I'm... see here. It's better. This is, what's it called? It's called Pretty Peacock and Gold ribbon. And it's very light. You probably can't see, but I can also almost see my fingers through the ribbon. It's kind of a little bit open, and it's very lightweight. So I think it's not going to add any much weight or bulk to your card. It's really beautiful. Like, you get 10 yards of that. And then the last, let me take this out because it's kind of glary. These are the embellishments that go, and these are beautiful too. These are called Petal Pink and Pretty Peacock foiled gems, and they have, I don't know if you can see, but they have kind of little accents of gold foil in them. Aren't they pretty? And they come in 2 sizes. So, and you get 100 of those. So those are going to be really beautiful. So, like I say, I'm kind of on the fence with the stamp and the dies a little bit, just because the sentiments are mostly wedding sentiments. So I'm trying to think if I want those or not. But it is beautiful, so I'm sure I probably will end up buying it. I won't be able to resist. So we'll see. So, and then I wanted to show you something out of the celebration. Oh, this is a stamp set that I got too in the mini catalogue. Of course, I couldn't resist this one. Those of you that watch me regularly know that I'm a dog lover. So I couldn't resist this stamp set. So it's a background stamp set. It's a cling. I haven't used it yet. But that's going to be really fun because you could colour in, you could spotlight, a certain dog. Like there's my Tally right there. And just colour in one. You could colour them all. You could heat emboss this and then maybe do some sponging. You could just punch out or die cut out just a section to use on a card. I think there's lots of fun things that you can do with this, so I'll be making some things with this soon. And you could use it to make a dog sympathy card. We have a stamp set in the mini catalogue that has a pet sympathy sentiment that you could use with this too. It would be really good. So it's all dogs. There's no cats, but there's all kinds. There's all breeds. So that's a fun stamp set. And then I wanted to show you something from the Celebration catalogue. So this is a stamp set you can earn with a $50 order. Jungle Pals, and these are like baby animals. Aren't they cute? And so when I first saw this, I thought, you know what? There's something missing there. That sloth is hanging in midair. There's got to be another product that's going to go with this, with some trees and leaves and things, surely. Well, sure enough, I flipped through a couple more pages and there are dies to match. So you can earn the dies. I think the dies are at $100 level. Let me look quickly. I can't show you the inside of the catalogue, as I said, but let me double check. Where are you, Jungle Pals? Yes, the dies are free with $100. So if you had a $150 order in January or February, you would be able to get this stamp set free, the dies free, and you'd also get host rewards. You'd get $15 in free product on top of that. So that's a really good deal. So here's what the dies look like. So there are dies for each of the animals. And then there's lots of little branches and leaves and grass. There's a tree, different leaves, some grass and stuff. So, and then another branch. So this is going to be awesome to, I love scene builder, things like this. You know, you can have the tiger roaming through and the sloth hanging from a tree and, you know, all kinds of fun stuff. And that, what is that called? Is that a lemur? I'm not sure. I think it is. So anyway, That's fun. So that's some stuff you have to look forward to in January and February. Now let me show you the new kit, and then we'll move on to the projects that I'm going to make today. So this is the brand new kit. It's called Painted Wishes, and it is a non-stamping kit, so it's super easy to put together, and it makes 9 cards. You get 3 of 3 different designs. This would be like a really great Christmas present if you wanted to order this as your free shipping order tomorrow, or a birthday card or a birthday present for someone in the new year, or just get it for yourself. So let me show you. I made up one of each card. So here's one of them. So this is, and I like the sentiments in here because they're all kind of like thank you, and they're all things that I would really use. Sometimes the sentiments in the kit, I'm like, oh, I can't see who I would send that to. And so then I have to kind of make up, stamp my own. But these, I like them all. And look how pretty the envelopes are. There's the front of the envelope. And again, there's that pretty peacock. So I love the colors in this. So that's a birthday card. And then this one, thank you for your kindness. So again, this is definitely a sentiment that I would use all the time. But if you didn't, and it's nice, it's foiled. The sentiments are all foiled with that pretty peacock. I don't know if you can see that. But you definitely could flip this over and stamp your own sentiment on there if you didn't, if you wanted to do something different, or you could do, 3 different sentiments, or whatever you like, really. And this is the third one. So this one, again, a really nice sentiment. I feel so blessed to have a wonderful, kind, and amazing friend like you. It's not too kind of over the top, but it's, and you could make this a birthday card, or just a thank you card, or thinking of you, or whatever. So again, just really nice. So there's the 3. And in the kit, you do get everything that you need to complete 9 cards. So like I've got lots of embellishments left, and I've got my twine, and I've got all the other elements to put together the other cards. So it's $14, so it's really, really good price point. And again, the beautiful envelopes that go with it. So yeah, very good price point. And I think would make a wonderful gift. If you're local to me and you don't have a $75 order, then just get in touch with me, send me your order, and I will add it to mine, because I'm definitely going to be ordering. And if I get enough people that really need items by Christmas, then I might expedite the order and then just charge you each a couple of bucks for shipping, because I won't be paying for the basic shipping. I'll just be paying the extra to expedite it. So I'm definitely open to doing that if I get enough local people that really need things by Christmas, because then we'll definitely get it in a few days. So anyway, let's move on to what we're going to do today. So today, let's see where to start. So these are projects that I actually made for my team meeting. My team making takes last month in November. I always put together kind of like a class, and after our monthly Zoom meeting, we put together the projects together, or if people don't want to stay, they go back and watch the recording later. But what I did was, let me show you the different projects that we made, and then I'll talk about them a little bit. So this was a gift tag, but if you open it up, it's got a little spot to put a gift card. So I've got a Starbucks card, I like ya. Just because I like ya. When I bought these, they didn't have the Christmas gift cards out, so I just bought cute ones. So that you could tie on a present, or you put it on the tree. So that's one. And then this one. This is really cute. It's a little treat holder, and it's got 2 Giardelli squares inside. So you're already recognizing probably some of the products that I use. I'm going to talk about those, but obviously you can use whatever you have in your Christmas supplies. And then I made this one, a hot chocolate packet. This has got hot chocolate and a little peppermint spoon. I got these at the dollar store. They came in a box of six, and then I just put it in. I had some little skinny pretzel bags. And then I got these at the dollar store too. Kool-Aid Snow Day popping candy. I thought that was fun too. So there's that one. And then I did do a couple of cards, which I probably will walk through how I made them, but we won't focus on those today because I want to focus more on the packaging. So this is one of the cards. Opens like that. And then this is another one. And actually I cased this from another demonstrator, and I can't remember her name, but I'll try and find it and give her credit when I go back and do my editing on the videos. So this opens like this, and it's actually a gift card holder also, or you could just put another little note in here. So I'm going to focus on these three, and then I'll go over these ones if we have time. So you're probably recognizing some of the products that I used. So I used this kit from Stampin' Up, which is the Rustic Christmas Countdown Kit. And this was intended to be like an advent calendar. So I'm wondering if any of you bought it and then ran out of time to do the advent calendar, because that's what happens to me. So I wanted to show you some alternative uses for this if you've done that. But definitely you could use your own products too. I'll put in all the dimensions afterwards and all the products so that you can look to see what you have in your supplies and come up with something. But I wanted to show you what this is intended to look like. So you get all these different little, each one is a little envelope. Let's see, there's 4 different ones. And they're designed to, you get twine, if you saw on the picture, you can actually string them all together, or you could put them on your Christmas tree, or just dot them around the house, or something like that. And there's numbers that come with each one, and there's 1 through 25. So you get these 4 different designs. Now my first thing that you can do with them that is super easy is, and what I did actually for one of my classes, my Stamp a Stack Christmas class in October, what I did was everyone got a kit when they came in through the door for the cards they were going to make. And what I did was I just took one of these. So each one is a little pocket. You get 25 of these little pouches. And I just put the candy. I didn't have Ghirardelli squares. I used Mercy chocolates, which were a bit tall, but these work really well. And then you can just put that back on. And then each person had a little brown bag like this with their kit in, and then all I did was clipped it onto there. So you can do this on your Christmas gifts, and they're just going to get a little extra surprise in there. Or you could put a gift card in here too on their gift. So that's my first way to use them. That's not an advent calendar. And what I did for the numbers is, so they didn't have a number on their bag, is I flipped these over and I wrote their names. Excuse me, I've got a bit of a tickle. I just flip these over, or you can cut out a little circle to go in, a white circle to go inside that with a punch, and I just put their name on that, so to cover up the number. So that was really easy. So that's the first thing that you can do with them. And then let me show you. So that's the first really easy one, that you're just going to make them up exactly like the kit says, but you're going to just attach them to a bag instead of having them as an advent calendar. Now the other product that I used in these, and the kit is still available, so before I went live I double checked and everything is still available. The other product I used was these brush gold cards and envelopes, and these are still available too. And even if you've got all your cards done, you could grab some for tomorrow for next year. But they're really pretty. You get 20, and they look like this. Again, if you wanted, you could cut this down the middle, trim a little bit, and then put it onto another different coloured cardstock, but you can definitely use it just like this too and keep things really quick and easy. And then the envelopes, they're just white on the back, but they're really pretty. They've got this gold flap and this down the sides, so they look lovely together. So I forget how much these are, but you get a lot. I think they're really reasonable, and you get a lot of them. You get 20 of each. So that's the other thing I use, but you can use designer series paper instead of where I used the gold cards and envelopes. So let's start with this one. So this is a little gift tag, and then I've got a gift card holder inside. So you could use just designer series paper, or you could use cardstock here and do some stamping, and then you could do whatever you liked for the embellishment. And then these would be super easy to make up. You just basically take a long strip of cardstock and just fold it up, and if you had a decorative punch, you could do that on the top. So that would be super easy to do. So let me grab my pieces for that, and I'll show you how to do that really quickly. So I have all my pieces separated out so I can get through stuff fairly quickly. So what I did here was I took my card base and I just cut it. So let me measure. Oh, actually I could do it on my trimmer. Let me grab my trimmer quickly. Did anybody purchase this kit or the envelopes? So let's see, what did I cut off. This is like 4 and let's see, 3 and an 1/8 it looks like. So let's just line this up at 3 and an 1/8, and you could do whichever end, it doesn't really matter. 3 and an 1/8. And I'm going to put this to, you could use this for another gift tag, definitely. I'm going to just put that piece to one side for a moment. And then the reason I did 3 and an 1/8 is because I want it just a fraction wider than my little pocket, and these are 3 inches. And then on this one, I want it to be a little bit shorter because I want to be able to punch a hole at the top. So what I did is I just trimmed off, let me compare here, I trimmed off about 1/4 of an inch. So let's do that. I'll just trim it off the bottom, and then I'll just reseal it like that, and then I can put my trimmer away. But if you were making this from scratch and you didn't have these little pockets, obviously you would just have one long strip, and this would be about, so let's see, I've got 5 1/4 inches there, and then I've got another like 3 3/4, so that would be about 9 inches, and then you would score at 3 3/4 and no, well, let's see, you would score at like about 1 1/2, and then 5 1/4, something like that. But anyway, you can play around with that, but it would be pretty easy to do. So then what I did is I just put a little bit, ran a little tiny bit of liquid glue, or you could do a little bit of, you could put glue dots in here too, whatever you, I just put, and I'm not worried about it too much because I'm going to put, you know, nothing's going to fall out if you just put some glue in the middle there. So now that's sealed up, and then I'm going to stick this back into the inside, and you can look to see which side you like best. I kind of like this one, it's got a bit more, although a lot of it's going to be covered anyway, but and then I'm going to stick this kind of right towards the bottom because, like I say, I want to leave room to punch a hole at the top. And in fact, I will do that now, and I forget to get my hole punch out, so I'll grab that quickly. Let's see what size this one will work. whatever hole punch you have really, and I'm just going to eyeball the middle. Everyone's really quiet. So nobody brought this, nobody has these envelopes or all right. I'm getting all kinds of notifications and messages across the top of my screen. I hope you're not seeing them. All right, and then these are all elements from the kit, except for this punch. So I just punched out a circle punch. This is a 1 3/4 inch circle punch. And I actually did some little Wink of Stella kind of flicks on there. But just to save time, I'm just going to not do that right now. I just want to kind of go through quickly just to give you lots of ideas. And then that's going to go onto the front. You can do dimensionals wherever you like. I'm going to keep this part fairly flat, and then the sentiment I'm going to put on with dimensionals. So arrange your wreath, and then you get 2 wreaths, 2 different color wreaths. So I'll show you there's a darker one. I'll show you that in a little bit. So I'll put that on there. I'm going to attach my bow, and you can do some, you can kind of use your bone folder to shape it a little bit if you like. So it looks a bit more 3-dimensional. And then you can just put that on with, I'll just use a glue dot for that, I think. Just use the glue dot there. Put that on near the bottom. All right, so just the sentiment left, and I wanted to show you how I did this quickly. So the sentiment is from this stamp set, Merry and Bright, which is still available. It is retiring, so it could run out of stock at any time, but it is available as of today. And I like these really solid. They're kind of like a reverse image sentiments. So I've got Merry Christmas, and I just mounted them both on one block so I can stack them together. And I wanted to show you a little stamping tip, because sometimes with these ones that have a lot of solid area, sometimes they don't stamp that well. This probably is going to stamp. Oops, my Merry is coming off. So see how at the end there that didn't stamp properly? If you have that trouble, a little tip is to use your Versamark ink with your regular ink. The key thing is you need to remember to clean every time, clean your stamp set. I'm just pushing that Merry on there because it was falling off. So what if you're having trouble, and this applies to any stamp where you've got a big solid area, if you use your Versamark ink and ink up with that first, it seems like the colored ink kind of sticks really well to the Versamark, and you tend to get better coverage. So let's just give this a try and I'll show you. So stamp ink up first with your Versamark, and this is very important, first with the Versamark, and then onto your, and this is Cherry Cobbler, and then, I'll try and hold it really, then look at that really nice solid image that you get. So that's a little tip for today. Now the key thing is to remember to go back and clean off if you're making multiples, make sure you go back each time and clean off your stamp before you go back into your Versamark. Very important, obviously. But I find that is really helpful. It's something about the stickiness of the Versamark helps that ink to just really stick. And then we can just cut these out quickly. Oops, smudge. And I just do these by hand. So let me I like to cut it smaller first. You could definitely do this on a trimmer, but I find it quite easy just to go along and just leave a little bit of a white border and just trim like this. If you prefer to do it on your trimmer, you definitely could, but I am not that much of a perfectionist, so I just do it by hand, and I think it looks fine. So there's Christmas, and then here's Merry. You can also, if you use that technique that I just showed you, it means the ink stays wet for a little bit longer. So you could even then, after you've stamped with the cherry cobbler, you could even sprinkle with some clear embossing powder and make them shiny. So you could even do that. That would be pretty. So then we'll just put these on with some mini dimensionals. Here's my minis. There we go. I'm going to turn my light down a bit. It seems like it's really bright. It's a bit better, isn't it? Or maybe if I turn off my overhead. Forgot to do that. Let's see. Oh, that's a bit better. Not so much glare. Okay. All right. You can see I was... that was my first attempt on the back earlier. So, 1, 2... Oops. I'll just put those on. I'm going to put my Christmas on first. And you can use any sentiment that you have, of course. Right. Like that. And then you would just feed your ribbon through. I'm not going to do that right now, but you would just feed your ribbon through and add some, the kit comes with lots of these little red sequins, but obviously you could use whatever embellishment you like to match with whatever you're using. But that's the first one. So again, and you can put a little note or a gift card inside, or you could just leave it as a Christmas tag and not include that inside part. You could just cut your card right down the middle if you weren't doing the gift card holder thing, and then you would have your two even sized tags. So that's the first project. And then let me show you how to do this hot chocolate package. And you can use the designer series paper I'm using is called Traditions of Saint Nick, and it's still available. And so let's grab that. So, and it's got some really cute paper. So I'm going to use this paper today, which is perfect, I think, for hot chocolate packets because it's got like hot cocoa and candy canes and things on it. So you will need a piece of designer series paper that is, let me measure really quick. It is, it's 10.5 by 6, and then you're going to score at 3/4 of an inch from each end, or 3/4 and 7.25. And then you'll just fold on the score lines, and then all we're going to do is you're going to fold in this corner in over to this score line, but you want to stay this side of the score line so that it'll fold in okay. So we're just going to fold over and then go right up to that score line, but not on it. And you're going to do exactly the same the other side. Let's see. And we'll just make sure that they both fold in okay, which they do. We'll put a little bit of adhesive here. Don't need much, just stick that down. A little bit here. Come on, adhesive. Stick that one down. And then we need some adhesive along the bottom. And you're best to use either liquid glue or tear and tape. Here, just for speed, I'm going to use liquid glue. Because once you get your stuff inside, it's going to push on the bottom a little bit. So you do want something that's going to hold really well. You could also use Stampin' Seal Plus. Couldn't think what I was saying there. So I'm just going to put liquid glue along here. And doesn't matter which one you close first, really. And then I'm going to put glue on this side. Don't put your glue along here because you don't want glue on this very last part here. So I like to just put it on this side, and that way I don't run the risk of going over too far. And then we'll just stamp that down. And that's all there is to making this little pocket. It's very easy. And then I don't even bother sealing it here. You can if you like, but you're going to have a little band that's going to go around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my contents in before I wrap the band around, because I don't want to do the band too tight where I can't fit stuff in. So let's just use the stuff from here. So I've got my Giardelli Cocoa. That's going to go in. So you can use whatever designer series paper that you have. If you've got some that needs using up, you could do that. And then my little popping candy. I've seen some really cute marshmallow, flat marshmallow shaped things that go on the side of the mug or go on the top of your cocoa. I wonder if something like that would fit in. That would be cute. And then my little, and you can buy chocolate spoons and all kinds. So that's my contents. Now for the belly band, what I did, but obviously you can just make this from scratch. My goal was to try and use things from the kit. So I took another of those pouches, those little pouches that I used on here, and I cut it down the middle. And then I'm just going to trim off. In fact, I don't even really need to trim because it's going to get covered up. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wrap it round like this, like that. And this piece is going to cut covered up. I did it with the join at the front because then that way I don't have a seam at the back, and this part is going to cut covered up. If you like that, showing that scallop part, what you could actually do is have it a bit more to the left, and then you would actually see a little part of this scallop maybe. So it's kind of up to you how you do that. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on here, a little adhesive. In fact, I think I'm going to put it on this side. Fold that over. And this way you're ensuring you're not going too tight, so you can get your things in. There's that. And they don't need to slide this off, obviously. And then I've got another of those wreaths. Oh, let's do the ribbon first. I've got ribbon. And what I like to do, because I'm not good really at tying bows, I don't really want a big bow. So what I like to do is I like to cut, I'm just going to cut my ribbon like this. So I just have enough, and put some adhesive right here. And like this. And I'm going to fold this underneath. I mean, it's kind of slide it underneath, she says. There we go. Come on, get under. You can use your scissors to poke it through if you're having trouble. And then I can just tie a little knot like that. Give that a trim. You guys are so quiet. I bet you're all multitasking. I bet you're all working on stuff while you're watching. And nobody's commenting anything. You're all being very quiet. So then I can stick this wreath on here. So this is the darker one. You get a lighter color and a darker color. And again, you could use whatever die or punch or that you would like to put on here if you don't have this set. But like I say, I'm just trying to give you some different ideas to use up your stash. Now, for the center, I just flipped over the number it's obviously going to be a different numbers on the back. I just flipped it over. And then this stamp is from this stamp set, which is actually in the annual catalogue. So this is still going to be around for a while, and I use this sentiment right here, wishing you a season of hope and light. And I just stamped it onto, like, say, to the back of that. I can put that on with a couple of dimensionals. So do I have some big ones? Maybe 3. Oops. 1, 2, 3. Oops. 1, 2, 3. And there we go. And again, a couple of rhinestones. Let's see. Do I have rhinestones handy? Let's put a couple of those on quickly. Ooh la la. Yes, right here. Oops. That was my kit falling off onto the floor, but that's all right. And we'll use a couple of these. You can use take your pick or your tool or your scissors. Let's put one down here. And one up there. Oops. Oh, it's a bit closer to the edge than I want, but that's okay. So that would be a cute stocking stuffer or something for a neighbor or a co-worker just to leave on their desk. And like I say, just use whatever designer series paper you have. And very easy, but a cute gift, I think. And you could put different things if you don't want to do hot chocolate. I'm sure you can come up with some other, like maybe like a face mask. You could use a different paper and use like a face mask and some lip balm or something like that inside. That would be cute too. So I know you'll have ideas. So that's idea number 2. And then idea number 3 is this one. So let me show you the pieces for that. Where are they? It's not that one. Here we go. Again, I used the envelope, the gold cards, the brush gold cards, and contents from the kit. And what I did was I just die cut 2 of these pieces. Now this is a die that's, I meant to pull it out. I'll list it afterwards, but it's one of the online exclusive dies, and it's a bundle. It's called something Garden, Meandering Garden maybe, or something like that. It goes with that beautiful Meandering Meadows designer series paper. But anyway, it's nice because it embosses this detail around the edge. So I was able to just put my folded card and run it through, and it die cut both pieces at once. And then I just made a little box to fit in it. In fact, let me decorate first. So on one side, because that might be a bit easier. So again, this is one of the strips from the kit, and the number's going to get covered up. So we'll attach that. But you could just use some designer series paper here, or some cardstock. We'll put it up. I've got to leave room for the sentiment, so I'll put it up about like here. And these are from the kit. And again, you can kind of fold them a little bit with your bone folder, give them a little bit more dimension. Go fold your leaves up. I kind of like them going over, I think, like this, but it doesn't really matter. You can do them in or out. And then we will just attach, let's see, I think I'll do my flower first, and then I'll tuck the leaves underneath. I like to do it that way. I'll just put a dimensional in the middle. And I'll just position my flower like about that, and then I can just tuck these underneath with some glue dots. Glue dots, where did they go? All right. So how are you all getting on with your Christmas cards and your Christmas shopping? Are you all finished? Or getting almost finished? And then I will just cut these again. We have some more. We have a little bit of shopping left to do. I need to get a few more stocking stuffers. And like I say, I'm still working on getting my cards out, so I have a fair amount to do, but my goal is to get all that kind of stuff finished this week, and then I like to keep the second week for fun stuff like baking. I bought yesterday, I was at Target, and we have a store in England called Marks and Spencer, that makes really nice kind of high-end products, and Target has carried some of their products for the last 2 years at Christmas. So yesterday, when I was there, I bought, instead of a gingerbread house kit, I bought a gingerbread bus, like a London bus kit. And I haven't shown the grandkids yet, but I'm hoping to do that next week with my grandkids. They're 8 and 12, and I thought they would have a lot of fun with that. So I'm going to do that with them next week one day. They always come over to do Christmas baking with me, you know, in that last week before Christmas, so that's going to be fun. Okay, hopefully these will fit on all right. Yes. So I used exactly the same sentiment here as I did on that first gift tag that I showed you. So I'll put Merry Christmas on the bottom here. But obviously you could use whatever sentiment you like. And we'll just put this, you can center it, I could line it up. Let's center this one. I got it lined up to the right on the other one. Oh, there's all kinds of comments that I didn't see. I'm just scrolling up. Hi Heather, hi Linda. Hi, Marie. Marie says she's addressing cards today. Hope to finish up tomorrow. Good. Yeah, I'm hoping to finish up in the next couple of days. All right, so that's that done. And I'll put the embellishments on last. Then here's our little box. Let's do this real quick. So I'm going to cut up. So this piece is, I'm going to put the measurements at the end, but this piece is 5.5 by 3.5. And then the score lines I will write afterwards for you. So I'm just going to cut up on both sides here. Same on here. And you could make this a little bit wider, that middle section, if you want to put something, you know, bigger in. And then I'm going to cut this tab mostly off. I'm just going to leave about maybe 1/2 inch. And 1/2 inch here. Doesn't have to be exact, it's not going to show. And then I'm going to notch those a little bit. Just like that. Like this. I will, oh yes, the bus. I'm going to take a picture of I was telling my sisters about I've got 2 sisters that are in England. One of them's on here sometimes. I don't see her today though, Christy. But yeah, I was laughing with them because I was out shopping yesterday and I saw this tin with King Charles on the front, shortbread cookies with King Charles, and I took a picture and sent it to my sisters, and she wanted to know if I'd bought some, and I said no, but then I was telling her about my Marks and Spencer acquisitions. So I bought some other cute Marks and Spencer chocolates with little dog chocolates to go in stockings, and a tin, like a London bus tin that had shortbread cookies in it too. So yeah, I went to town a little bit. So then just fold on all these score lines. And then this is really easy. I'm just going to put glue on these 4 tabs. I'm going to do it actually on the inside. And that way they're going to fold to the outside, and then they won't actually, not that anyone's going to be looking inside, but it actually makes the inside is a bit neater because it's super easy. You just fold these up, and then they get stuck like that. And then we'll do the same with these, this end, just fold it up. And then these little tabs here will be covered by our 2 die cuts. And the inside is really neat. Like I say, not that you can really see the inside by the time you get everything else assembled, but on other boxes, if you want to use that technique, it's good. All right, now we're just gonna slap some glue on here. I like liquid glue here because it gives you a little bit of time to line up and everything up. Put this on the front. And again, I made the box just a touch narrower, not much, but just a touch narrower than this die cut. But line it up along the bottom so that it'll sit up properly. And you just put your fingers inside to push it down, and then we just need to put the back on. So if you don't have these dies, you could use a rectangle die, like the deckled rectangles. You could even do a circle and then cut the bottom off. What other, or you could just cut a rectangle and make this. It would still be cute with a rectangle, but I thought these dies were really cute. And again, for this part, you could use designer series paper or cardstock with some stamping on, or just cardstock on its own would be fine. By the time you get the decoration on the front, you don't even really need anything else. Okay, so then I can put my chocolates in, and I've got 2 of the kind of the thick chocolates, and they go in sideways really well, just like that. And then we will tie a little, this is really curly ribbon, tie a little bow, and put that on with a glue dot. Trim that a little bit. It's a bit curly. And you get 25 of these cute little clothespins. So you can just close it up like that. You could also punch a hole, and if you wanted to hang it, you could punch a hole and put some ribbon through. But I think that's really cute. And then you would just add some rhinestones, and that one's done. So I've been here almost an hour, so I'm not going to go make the other cards, but I'll walk you through them a little bit. But here's the 3 projects. There's that one, the tag, and here's the hot chocolate package. So I think these are all really cute. Hope they've given you some good ideas. Hi, Kate. Thank you. Good to see you. It's my friend Kate. She's in Germany. All right, so let me show you these other 2 really quickly, and I'll just walk you through what I did. So for this one, I just took those, the cards, and I folded it kind of inside out. And then I scored on one side at 2 1/4, because this is 4 1/2. No, 2 1/8. This is 4 1/4. And then I trimmed off a little bit off the bottom, and then off this edge a little bit, so that when I put it onto my matte layer, which is just a piece of 5 1/2 by 4 1/4, it was just a little bit smaller. And then you just need some layers, and I'll put the dimensions for these. And then here's this is one of those little pockets that's on here, and then I just used elements from the kit. This sentiment is from Trucking Along, which is still available. Now you could make this, so remember this one, how it's a gift card holder. You could definitely do this one like it too, but I was worried that this kind of swag here is a little bit delicate. So I was a bit worried that that would kind of get messed up opening and closing. So I actually sealed it shut, and I meant to do it the other way around so that the opening wouldn't show, but these little scallops, they're pretty anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And then this one, again, it's like a regular card base that I just cut off at the 2 3/4 inch mark here. So this would have been 11 long by 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2, and then I just cut off 2 3/4 from one end. You can use that on something else. And then again, you just got your kind of matte layers inside, and I'll put the dimensions of these afterwards. And then I attached one of the envelopes and just the components from the kit. And again, if you didn't want to use this as a gift card holder, just seal this, or flip it around if you like, and it'll just be, you know, another layer. Or if you're making it not using this kit, obviously you'll just use your own designer series paper or cardstock. So it's just like a gatefold card really with a little extra. And I did case this from another demonstrator, and I can't remember her name, but I will see if I can find it and post it. This is also from that same stamp set, Brightest Glow. It's right down here, and then I just fussy cut it. So anyway, those are all the projects. And so, as I said, this was a team make and take in November. So my team had a lot of fun with these, and they always get, they got some chocolates, Ghirardelli chocolates to put in there. Usually they've eaten the chocolate before they get to the make and takes, but I usually try and put some little treat inside. So anyway, kind of a long one this week. So sorry I've gone a little bit long, but hopefully I've given you some great ideas. And like I say, if you don't have the brush gold envelopes or the kit, you can definitely use your own supplies for these. And I will put all the dimensions in my edits when I go back and doing through those. So, oh goodness. So that's it. I will be back next week. I hope you try some of these, and I hope you have a great week. Thank you again for joining me and sticking out for so long. And I will see you all soon. Bye for now.